T side in the second half of play, but here we go. The .Rs are in, the teams are ready, and the freeze time is counting on down. G2 on the defense right now. What are they going to throw the way of fnatic, who have invested into 2 smokes, 2 mollies, bit of Kevlar. Julie's brought out for m0NESY here, and he's actually been dropped them by that of Aleksib, who has some light util around it as well. Well, here we go. 3 players to defend the B site. Aleksib, NiKo, and m0NESY at the start, and Jackson Hunter, the pairing over towards A as Smooya first man up, and the 1x bet odds favouring G2 still.
And m0NESY looks to be the first player tested in this pistol. He's got the dual Berettas at the half wall. NiKo alongside him. This is a deadly duo to try and break down when you go around this corner. Brolin is going to be the front player tasked with dealing that with this, and he's going to be somewhat boosted to clear that out. But m0NESY, that's the first player to strike. NiKo, m0NESY plays in the half wall. NiKo can't follow up, so now it's on to m0NESY. He's got a flash to help him out. He's got one. This has been slowed down because now Aleksib's here as well. It's getting shut down in Banana, but suddenly Mezzy strikes into action. He finds himself 2 picks and now smokes off CT. He has a shot here. He's got a smoke and a molly still left.
Actually has a bit of time to work with. The rotation is split. Hunter through Banana, Jax through CT spawn, and now that smoke towards Banana buys him even more of a buffer to reposition here within this late round. The 40 seconds thrust onto the clock. The HP isn't great, but there is a Molotov to work with.
Yes, and no kit right now in the back of G2. They know where he is. He's going to use that molly straight away towards CT to try and isolate the 1v1, but Hunter emerges from the smoke and emerges with a kill that gives G2 the pistol.
Yeah, okay. Well, if Jax doesn't spot on the fade of the CT smoke initially that he's over towards triple box, maybe Mezzy has something to play with there, but the fact he gets identified so quickly, you can tell he's not exactly aware of where the rotation's coming on in from and how quick. But that is the pistol round in favor of G2 here. Nice little one-tap out of NiKo, good signs, and then m0NESY just chewing them up with these Julies. Jumping a little bit preemptively there, maybe a bit of a mouse wheel scenario. Good shots from Mezzy, a good plant from Mezzy, and that will facilitate at least an AK into the hands of Alex into the next round of play. Bloody Aleksib and Alex in the server at the same time.
Both are gels as well.
Yeah, couldn't have made it harder on us, could they? Well, this round is just about keeping things honest, finding as much impact with this 1 AK as you can, and Alex was looking sharp over there on Mirage. Let's see if he can crack a few more skulls.
He's going to start his run-up Banana, held back by utility. Look how much utility is being used up for G2. They have an intent to take this.
Oh, Alex has flashed through, has a shot, has a chance, jumps on up, doesn't land.
Looking to rattle away. Aleksib at the close position, MP9. Flash is just trying to keep Alex back, but finally he gets his chance. Aleksib has been taken down. Now fnatic hold the advantage thanks to the hero AK.
This is huge from Alex. Like the fact that he's just had the big balls that have continued taking that fight. He was leading in. He wasn't baiting any of his players with pistols. He said, let me get this one done. And now calling the troops back to parade up mid to the lying sight of m0NESY and Jax over towards Pit, who's looked pretty tidy on the FAMAS, I might say.
Slowly creeping their way up here, fnatic. G2 finally start to use some pieces of utility,
so
but
close.
fnatic are already on the site. They're already emerging onto the site itself, and m0NESY, his turn to try and hold. He gets away with 2. NiKo backs him up, and Smooya tries to get the bomb out, but Crim's into the clutch again. 1v1 this time. He spots out the library player of NiKo, who just doesn't have the weapon for this kind of range. Crim's on the headshot. That's fnatic biting back.
Finishing off what his in-game leader started. 3 massive kills there from Alex as he brute forced his way up short into the site. Great stuff from fnatic here, and the immediate response might throw us into a downward spiral of force by wars. But m0NESY having to deal with all these different angles. Sure, he's able to grab 2 kills there, but it's all about Alex and that 1 AK-47. NiKo from range with 2, but then bang, the 1 dig here at Crim silences G2 and tidies things up with a 1-1. Hunter's able to get his hands this time into a hero rifle. 1 M4, some upgraded pistols. But fnatic are looking good right now to steal this one away. 2 mollies top Banana, already crowd controlling any aggression that may have been considered. It's going to be a tough one here for G2 to win.
Hunter gets flashed into the fight. Alex will take him out. Not looking so good for G2 at the beginning of this round. Reply from NiKo.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
It's always great when you got a weapon like NiKo in your arsenal.
Oh, they're just going to filter back the guns here to make sure they can't be scooped on up. And NiKo actually trying to get close and personal to grab it.
He's gone already. Crims will see him. NiKo goes down.
Yeah, they're well aware of the fact they were looking to see if they could salvage that rifle, and if they continue to execute towards B, it's an open passage right now. Aleksib is held at bay behind the smokes. Oh, playing through a bit of gap to work with here for Aleksib.
He's going to spot one. Fades away, gets away with his life as well here.
Okay, something to work with, a gap in the CT smoke. We saw a bit of that during the play-ins, rearing its ugly head here again, and Aleksib with another opportunity. There's no smoke to deal with coffins.
Well, Aleksib is going to try with his deagle, and has the shot. Can't quite capitalize. Smooth with the headshot back.
Well, they may as well give this one a bit of a crack here, unless they want to see if they can use this P250 in the deagle in the following round. Look, it's not the greatest to carry on through, and if you were theory crafting what could be possible, a flash from m0NESY to allow Jax in, but we can see that they are backing off. An exit would be great. A salvaged AK would be fantastic, and you can see two lying towards the top of Banana here. Great work from the Obs team to catch that.
I think maybe just waiting on the blowback. When the bomb goes off, those AKs likely to go towards Banana.
Oh, they're coming though, Dinko.
They're aware of this. They know that's what's likely going to be happening right now, and I don't really know if you can even get to these AKs.
No, it's not seeming likely, especially if they just tuck
You
in
need a very
towards
lucky
this
bounce,
corner.
don't you?
Well, maybe, just maybe, luck's on m0NESY's side. No, into the corner, and they're not going to get anything out of that. So retaining the upgrades, but realistically, fnatic win out the Force by Wars and should be seeing themselves get up to a 3-1 scoreline. Now, this is the thing, right? You're aware that a player is probably going to try and grab that dropped gun in the shroud of the smoke there. Aleksib made it interesting for a moment, but as soon as Smooya gets this kill, it's all over Red Rover. Did you ever play Red Rover at school?
No.
No, you were
Our
born in
school
a
banned a
generation.
bunch of fun games, man. We weren't even allowed to play British Bulldogs.
Ah, okay.
Just,
All right.
dude, I was kind of just going into the PC era, you know, when you're not allowed to have fun anymore.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, fair enough.
You guys were the real kids, right?
Then you go to the generation before us and the generation before them. We're taking a quick look here at the B stream update. I can't believe that scoreline. I really can't.
It's kind of wild how this is all panned out. It was a similar story for both G2 and Na'Vi. We take a look in on this B stream right now, and you can see 15-4. Ent's about to close that one out versus Na'Vi and send it to a third.
And it's a team effort too. Just looking at the scoreboard there, everybody contributing as flash forward. Well, some dinks. That's about it as the mop and bucket in King Mezzy's hands. This is a matter of time round here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We won't get your hopes up too much about a 10 HP Hunter with a USP, and Jax completely on the wrong side of the map right now, but this is good from fnatic. We continue to see them respond after being blanked on map number 1.
And we look at Hunter. He's always a person to follow if you're into skin fashion. I feel like he's got a lot. He always has this cool combo. It's always color schemed every event.
Okay, well this is the new USP, right? That came out in the with Dreams and Nightmares case.
Yeah, Harry opened a few of those last night.
I couldn't believe that either. We were just sitting there getting cheated on in matchmaking, and Harry opens a bloody knife.
Just, you know, not just any knife either. Butterfly Autotronic. Lucky little Harry, but probably paid for it, the amount of cases he bought.
Yeah, well, we all do at some point.
And Hunter about to not really pay for too much. He's actually going to go into the apartments. Spawn goes down. So at least there's a timer on the play now for fnatic to take this one over the line.
Yeah, he's not going to get anything done here. Look, maybe he gets a kill. That would be the very best he could hope for here. Even just staying alive, not wanting to give them an extra $300 as part of that kill reward, but not necessarily the most interesting of entertainment. If I could juggle for you right now, I would.
Can you juggle anything?
No, but I would try, and that would be the entertainment.
Oh, that would actually be more entertaining. You know,
be able to do anything competently.
Watching juggling is cool, and then the coolest juggling I've seen is when people do it with fire.
Okay, you're into all right. You need something extra. You need the danger. I see, Dinko. All right.
Well, don't let it fool you. It's never real fire.
All right. Well, it's like the guy who swallows the swords. Now, let's see. G2 going to be able to get the engine going here as we move into round number 5. This is the first gun round of play. Brolin would do all right here to hold on to that MAC-10. Can use it in a plethora of different ways here. 3 over towards B to kick things off. The AWP of m0NESY and Jax to lock down A in the interim. It looks like they want to activate... I was going to say Smooya quite quickly here, but they've stalled out after the initial foray. Damage done, and there's that MAC-10 NiKo. He's going to be stinging after that.
He's had a frustrating last 2 maps so far. able to have impact at the beginning of this gun round.
Oh, and just so much utility that they've already bled through here. A couple of smokes and a flash left over, and they're down a man with 1:20 on the clock remaining. This is not the way you want to kick off a round like this, and if Alex calls his troops into Banana just to finish on B, if they run over Hunter and Aleksib, I think we'll see m0NESY and Jax save here. So that looks like the most likely scenario. Aleksib will have a smoke, but nothing to slow them, just a smoke to deny the vision. They can push through.
fnatic getting the pack ready to go with a flash. Hunter has got Aleksib alongside to try and defend this. It's a first for Aleksib, but Alex and m0NESY clean it up. And there's that save call.
This is the thing. When you see a situation like that and you can see what calls being made for the in-game leader, you already know it's a done deal. And the details there were great. The entry flashes coming out from Smooya, but the one that was the key was the one underarm towards that sandbag position to get anybody trying to be tricky like Aleksib, right? He's playing there, hoping to play for find the smoke. You come in gray screen, he gets a multi-kill. Well, not to be the case right there. One and done. And, well, now it is just the last two remaining. Smooya.
Op could go down here.
Yeah, m0NESY's getting flanked. He needs to run. He needs to hide.
He knows that, though, because he did see Crims get run boosted into CT. So he has to be aware that there is a Hunter somewhat close. And Alex is very, very close. The Grim Reaper from the graveyard. He's about to find the AWP. Good night, m0NESY. Goodbye, AWP.
Big find as well. A huge find. Smooya gets that, and to remove that from the board of something that could have been an instrument of their demise in the following. This is a bleak start from G2 here. There's nothing to get excited about so far.
We talk about NiKo's performance on map 1. I think you also have to talk about Hunter, also very quiet over there. And these are the two players to talk about. They deliver all the firepower for G2. They need to start getting going. fnatic, they've been in the driver's seat since Mirage, and they've continued that into Inferno. G2 without much of a contest when it comes to this buy either. fnatic should be posting 5.
Yeah, if Jax is the saving grace. Oh, flash forward. Good flash, good kill. Teamwork there from the cousins.
Yeah, hard to actually get that kill with a CZ at that range and be accurate, so very well done.
I think the fact that they've been able to grab that early and have a saved AK is great news here, because if that was the AK that got the kill, it might spur them to the other side. Hold up a second, Smooya?
He was reading it. He was reading the boost. He was just position ready for that. And that is a kill that maybe G2 are not expecting to happen, and even Crims is close to Boiler. Thought he was going to be the player to dismantle that, but Smooya decides to do one better. Hunter does have the AK in his hands, though. Here come the smokes. Hunter at the ready from long. Starting to limit some of the positions he can be in, and instead of facing him, they're going down into short, where m0NESY, sneaky little kill with the USP, and now Hunter gets aggressive and suddenly kills for G2, and suddenly it's all m0NESY. 1v4 with the M4. He's found a chance. A second kill as well for m0NESY. 3 picked up, and you thought that was G2's chance. m0NESY is their nightmare, and now NiKo, can he recover for his team? He's creeping up. m0NESY has the read, and NiKo still will remove him. G2 with a miracle round that nearly got snatched by this man on your screen.
Yeah, and that was just barbs. The death by 1,000 paper cuts right there onto fnatic. They just dive from each angle, that chip away at the USP, the CZ at the start. It was good work, but m0NESY, yeah, squeaky bum time right there, almost pulled that one away. G2 got to question what they have to do to get these rounds done, but a good finish there, and yeah, Smooya was ready for this. I haven't seen this trick once or twice before.
You can tell Smooya plays way too many pugs.
Everyone loves the cheeky little boost over that mid-smoke. Good finish there from NiKo, and, well, he gets the AWP back in play. Now, just now, G2 can start kicking things off. There's some extra util left over towards the long side from Jax there, so you're really starting to see this dropping of nades coming into full force. Default spread across the map here. Brolin to deal with Banana. Crims up in towards that boiler room quite swiftly. But a slower start to a round like this. Smooya with a flash at the ready if Brolin calls for something half-wall, a deeper smoke, and Brolin has to fall. Trying to boost over this, so a gap to work with here.
Oh, they will extend around the corner. Thought Aleksib was about to call it off, but it's NiKo that falls foul to it. Not the player you want out early. That's another gun round where NiKo's down.
But they wanted that type of a play. Did you see Alex run straight there to boost Brolin up? They've seen that before, and they knew exactly how to respond. So the details and the homework done by fnatic here, it's paying off. That's a nice little heads-up maneuver. Now, with the number advantage, we have seen them just execute B before into Aleksib's domain, and he's the only man on this site right now. They have top mid control, but he has no help, and well, they might have to save if he just loses the site.
And that's likely. Aleksib is going to be smoked off. He'll send the flash through,
Desperate.
goes to swing with it. It is a desperate play. It's worked out for one. But the Messi's quick in the reply back, and now fnatic going to the side. It's only really Hunter here, ready to contest. He'll throw the HE in, but yeah, he's going to be on high health, so it's not really going to affect him too much. He'll drop back, and now the numbers are coming over here for G2, but surely just to fall back with him.
Yeah, the percentage players to save. If they wanted to hang around and see if fnatic would overstep the mark, exactly like this from m0NESY, and then they could reinitiate for the retake, sure. But to give up everything to try and brute force in a 3v4 retake on the B bomb site, it's not going to pay off for them, and they know exactly that. So, tucking tail, taking refuge right now over towards the A bomb side, and this is just simple Counter-Strike from fnatic. They're staying calm. They're keeping these moments in their favor just through good decisions and little micro maneuvers like that boost.
And you talk about, obviously, maybe coming into this one with a little trick up their sleeve to counter what G2. If you listen back to the wonderful interview the HLTV gave with Aleksib just ahead of Blast, he was talking about the fact that this team hasn't had a long time together. You can't completely re-up the system that was already in place, so Xtaz and Aleksib are now having to try and find some common ground to figure out what they can implement. A lot of it is going to be what they had before, and anything that's really been changed for Blast to now, and it can't really be that significant. You can't have a full overhaul. So for G2, they are working with somewhat of a limited book of strats right now, and fnatic, well, they've done their homework.
With these retained guns, they at least keep a threatening looking round going forward. Everybody with the rifles, the loss bonus was there to help facilitate this. The drops making it happen. And some early nade damage done, so chipped away at a few. But now instead of just setting up for a B execute, it's quite clear they want to set their sights on A. This is good calling from Alex. When they've been given banana control before, they've just congregated and done a set piece, and that's drawn a third man of m0NESY over towards B. Meanwhile, it is just Jax and Hunter to try and lock down A. If fnatic decide to go, if they decide to put the pedal to the metal, they're going to have to lock this site down with merely 2.
G2, starved of information, starting to now get the flash peek into Banana, look to consolidate some control of that, and that is going to call for Aleksib to send his attentions back over to this A side. NiKo was on his way, but they've gone back to grab utility, that's all. Here come fnatic. Numbers heading to the A site. And Jax from the pit, his position is so important here that he delivers something. He gets a bit more aggressive around the short area. Aleksib in the rotation has found one, but m0NESY overruns Jax. He was pressured by the utility, and it's Hunter without a single kill. m0NESY is just cracking them open right now, and fnatic into the site. This is looking good for 6 unless G2 can pull a retake, and even that, NiKo's just not getting involved in this matchup.
Yeah, gone down through the smoke again. Had a couple of those deaths so far within the early stages here, and well, on everybody's favorite 4-letter word, save, as it's mumbled under the breath, and they now tuck tail, and well, I said take refuge in A last time. This time it's over towards B, so just chopping and changing the scenery for the save.
G2 haven't really been in this game since Nuke, Chad. It feels like they're really out of this one.
They're being dictated to.
Yeah.
Right? They are definitely, and when they did try aggressive maneuvers, fnatic were ready for it. So that's the difference maker right now in terms of individuals being able to find their form. Maybe some more heads-up plays where they're actually the ones deciding the pace of the round. Where do we want to take the fight, right? But at this moment in the game, when you're seeing the scoreline sitting where it is, 6-2, it's already getting away from them. Right? It's already getting away from them here on Inferno. They need to get this going, get it going soon. I love this little execute here. You can see that front landing. The smoke landing front site. It opens up the avenue for them to focus pit and then peel around to deal with the site players. Otherwise, a very potent crossfire to break. But yeah, cheeky little grin on Alex's face because it's going perfectly. This is what you dream of as an in-game leader. You call the strats and they work.
Exactly. Everything goes picture perfect. You're not having to adapt. It's just going so well. And, G2 were playing a very disruptive style on Nuke. It was so different. Anytime you would make a call towards outside, NiKo was in the smokes. You're constantly changing it up. You couldn't call against it. But now it's fnatic heading into a G2 that are predictable, are readable, and fnatic manipulating them to their will right now. And we'll see if G2 can find some answers. Otherwise, this half could very quickly get out of hand.
Now, who do they call upon here? Because sure, you have m0NESY on that AWP, but to find impact if the utility is perfect, it's not going to be easy to get past. Oh, it's pushed down mid. I knew there needed to be some aggression.
Yeah, and Hunter's the player that is tasked with doing it. He's already down. Alex, he reads it. He turns back with the bomb in his back, but NiKo, 2 kills. He might just get 3, and NiKo certainly will. That's more like it from NiKo. Finally taking matters into his own hands. He's frustrated. Going down time and time again with 0 impact.
But they were the ones taking the initiative. They're the ones here who have decided, hey, we're done being dictated to. Let's take the fight to them. We got some individuals here who can definitely hit and hit hard.
m0NESY misses.
Yeah, that quick shot, right? It's fast, but as Yanko said it, as Maniac said, it needs to be efficient.
Well, fnatic now are tasked with a difficult round ahead of them. Haven't been in these situations too often on this T side.
They've identified where both players were, right? Krim's over towards Boiler and m0NESY was throwing some flashes towards T stairs. So they have a rough idea of at least they're tracking so far. 3 players now. Bonds to this A defense. Aleksib over towards Library. Jackson, m0NESY to deal with Short and Apartments. And, well, they're just going to go for a contact walk up here.
m0NESY, good first. Krim's head gone, and now it's m0NESY with the headshot back. A 1v3 and now left for the right floor. Unfortunately for him, doesn't get much further than Jax. So 3 on the board for G2. You can see NiKo trying to hype up the team because this, you know, as much as it is a great round, it is just the first step on their way back into this first half.
Yeah, need to win another round here at least to start breaking the economy of fnatic. Residual money for Alex, 3.6 after a full buy, 3.3 for Krims, 3.5 for m0NESY. So you know that in the next round of play, they will be able to get a potent-looking purchase going. So a few more like this necessary for NiKo. What's the change up here, though, from Alex? Does he want to take a few more risks with the call? 3 over towards second mid. Brolin to babysit Banana. Smooya with that AWP. Pointed swiftly straight up the guts. Flashes deep.
Oh, m0NESY had a shot there to take one away. Couldn't quite do it, so has to drop back.
I like that, though, because you know that m0NESY is going to go for those type of maneuvers. If you can push him back early, it's going to force him to start being passive. He sat there for a good, 10, 15 seconds until boiler control was taken. It just means they can hold off on their utility. Right now, they have to draw a rotation. m0NESY's felt some pressure. More util has to be used over towards B because they've lost that extra man. So systematically forcing G2 to go through.
And forcing them into a more passive setup disallows information to be picked up right now as well. And
well, this might be real quick.
Yeah, they're starting to challenge down Aleksib.
They forgot the bomb.
That is a slight problem. G2 do have a tendency to do that, and we'll see if they go back and pick it up this time. Finally, Aleksib plays from first oranges, swings out, Brolin with the headshot, and now a little wrist move through the smoke. NiKo has started pushing forward. He tries to get through it, but Smooya has taken him down. A 4 versus 3, now 4v2 as fnatic will best most of the players inside of this site.
Okay, that's a bit of a yikes right there. The bomb was left T stairs. Like, Alex was on his lonesome running back up Banana. If there was a push down mid, he may have lost that. So fortunate are fnatic as they get up to 7 and, well, rinse and repeat for G2. We've seen them save once. We'll see them save again. And this is really good stuff. Like, they're really aware that the way that the rotations are coming in from G2 here. Okay, well, if we know that they have Banana control, they're likely just to leave one player. If we do a couple of quick flashes and swarm the site with some set smokes from deep, we'll be able to overrun before the rotation comes in. You could see they understood just how quick they needed to be to get that site. Because when you do a maneuver like that, you can't stop, right? If a molly comes in, you need to extinguish. You need to make sure that you're coming on in because it's a play to take advantage of rotations. If you stall out at any moment, you give them that 5-second window and they'll be able to rotate in and lock you down. So great stuff from fnatic here, continuing to be impressed. And one of the problems that G2 might fall into here is, well, they're one of the teams that I think everybody was expecting to see within the playoffs. The same for Gambit yesterday, who lost to NIP. Now, once you go down to the lower bracket within your group, only one team in the lower bracket will show themselves in the playoffs. So it's a big problem if you lose your opening game here within the cutthroat format we have at IEM Katowice.
And that's one of the biggest storylines that we have here right now is how are these new super teams going to fare against Na'Vi. So we'll see if they can pull up their socks here. fnatic looking to take them out. Alex setting up with a smoke into brackets again. m0NESY tested this time, quick but accurate. And it's going to allow one, but Brolin.
They have to save again, Dinko. I'm sorry.
Quick.
I'm sorry. They have to save again. You can't. You just can't risk going for this. You've already lost the site. Like, you get one kill. You barely did any damage. Sure, Brolin's on 30 nut, but you have to save. You just can't justify this. There's no way around it. This is 8. Just like that. 2 kills done. This is where... look, I know that I'm sitting here setting like a doomsday scenario for everybody at home, but Na'Vi just lost to Ents. They're on the 3rd map too. These teams... they're finding themselves in the same group. If both Na'Vi and G2 lose their opening matches, only one of them will be in the playoffs, right? So let that one sink in for a second here. Because, like, sure, independently, these results, yeah, upsets happen. But when you understand the ramifications of just that, that's where the problems really start to mount.
The biggest event so far of the year. One of the biggest we'll have all year. So much expectation on a few of these teams. fnatic, not really one of those teams with that expectation on them, and maybe it's freeing them up a little bit here. This is lovely from Brolin, just the transfer onto 2. m0NESY came away with the first pick, but it was so quick from fnatic. They're not allowing them any space to play with right now, G2. And yeah, Aleksib looking a little concerned right now, having words with the side, trying to figure out the answer here, because G2 have not been in this matchup much. And this is the real first test for Aleksib so far in this team.
Indeed, and the calling was an issue over there on Mirage, highlighted by the desk. Now it's the CT side, and he's the one who's going to have to put them in positions, right? Sure, the CT side is more about in your individual spot and locking it down, but there's still, look, overarching calls that work into that. Are we doing a 3B? Are we taking control of halls? So however that's going to be dictated, needs to be figured out now, because they're behind the 8 ball, right? They're the ones chasing their tail. They're the ones chasing after fnatic now, trying to work out, well, how do we stop this? Like, they're calling circles around us right now. Alex is doing a fantastic job of going into the weaker site time and time again. It's beautiful to watch.
One of the only gun rounds that's worked is a little quicker one from G2. Not exactly sustainable to have Hunter and NiKo both barrel down mid and banana. So G2, let's see what their answer is here.
But here's the thing, we can see right now, looking at the radar on the top left of your screen, they have full banana control. If Alex, as per usual, when he gets banana control, just decides to go, hey, we'll execute B again, no dramas, right? They'll be able to find themselves in a position where, okay, hold up a second, maybe some aggression now. They've done the smoke molly combo to flush anybody back from car. Aleksib being stoic with his utility, still has a bucket load of everything on his belt. And a great response. This is the perfect set of utility. Molly sandbag, Molly top banana, clear on out. They've regained control. And now Aleksib has to start using some of his nades just in case it is that execute.
They're not even gonna go deep enough to deliver even a slither of impact. And now fnatic turning their attentions back to A. At least this time, G2 do have 3 players positioned on this side of the map. So smokes up for Moto and Arch, and the flash is coming around. They might just try and wrap this A site. m0NESY is going to be his tension pulled away. They're actually trying to get through the archway. Maybe even a split into B is an option right now. With 25 seconds left, that bomb has to decide right now for fnatic. And they're charging their way down Speedway, but this has to be quick. There's still 2 players here for G2, and Aleksib now has banana. So that safe access point to the B site's no longer there. And fnatic just don't have time. Aleksib drops the bomb. 9 seconds, NiKo with the shots. That's better for G2, but fnatic run the clock down.
Okay, well, there you go. Salvaged around right there, but it meant to be, right? It meant to be with that much time left and how much space they were given. We could see fnatic were running into their demise the entire time.
I think the bomb was even confused at that call because it looked to go around A, and then suddenly it decided we have to go back through the arch.
Yeah, well, that's where the lion's share was, right? If Brolin gets the kill on Aleksib, maybe it's a different round because they get to focus just on NiKo in the back of the site, but coming through the gray screen, multiple kills coming through for both Aleksib and NiKo, and that's the easiest round they've had so far this half, G2.
It felt more like a blunder from fnatic rather than G2.
I agree with that sentiment indeed. He had to hit the necessary shots, but they were called into a position where it was harder for fnatic to win. Now it is the 3-2 split again, so they've stopped with the aggressive maneuvers or leaving 2 at A. Ooh, flashed forward. Hunter calling most of mid clear. Same back and forth of util and banana. AWP shot not landing seconds, just missing, and Smooya's presence is felt. He's got brackets on his own with an AWP.
He's just forced them both away without anything, so that's a lot of space gained already for fnatic. Just looking to consolidate it with utility. Now Hunter's and m0NESY's setup has decided to double up in towards long. Flash holding m0NESY back.
What a back and forth this is.
Yeah, they're just trading position. Jax has found a headshot on Crim, so that's the first kill of the round. m0NESY repositions. Oh, the timing, but Hunter's barrel's ready. Quick reply from Smooya, and Mezzy follows up.
On m0NESY.
Let's see if the young man can hold this. All the pressure on his shoulders. His teammates rely upon it. And unfortunately, nothing found from m0NESY. 33 seconds left. fnatic in the site. Bomb going down. And now we look to Aleksib and NiKo to find their way back into this one with just a single flash. It's already done. NiKo, he's faded the smoke. Smooya on the other side of it, stepping around, trying to find him, and NiKo has locked in his position, and Smooya will check it, takes the NiKo player down, and now it's 9 for fnatic. Good response to the previous.
Yeah, looking likely for double digits here. I'm loving what I'm seeing from fnatic, right? They didn't rush that situation. If we just want to go back to one of the storylines that the desk has been building, you can see m0NESY there knowing that he's the final member on the site. Instead of maybe sitting back a bit more passive and trying to play out the retake, brute forces his way into the site where it's more of an awkward fight. Like, you have to hit that shot or it's over. And, well, yeah, that's exactly what happened. He missed and it was over. If he sat back and he played the numbers, they would have had a 3-on-3 post plan, right? But instead, goes aggressive, gives up his life, and well, now for G2, it will just be one M4 purchased in, some upgraded pistols, but not a lot to get excited about here.
G2 haven't really inspired us this entire first half. Let's see if Hunter can change that with a good start.
Remember, he did that with the CZ, and then they chipped away at them, and they just won the round that NiKo won, right? And that is one of their 4 rounds. So exactly what you're saying there in terms of not inspiring us, it has come down to the wire. Now, Hunter's actually rotated all the way back, and he had the M4. It just leaves NiKo on this side over towards the Coffin's position with a mere USP.
Yeah, as much as NiKo is good, this doesn't really fill you with a lot of confidence. Smooya just looking for the head. Eventually, on the second time of asking, will knock down the pin of NiKo.
They're boosting up.
Yeah, they're trying to get over the top here. Hunter ready for the heads to come on by. And they will check him on the second swing out, but Hunter's going to stay up. Not only that, but he gets away with a kill on Alex as well.
Okay, 3-on-4. Still looks to favor.
Oh! All right, Crims.
I was going to say looks to favor that of fnatic, and it definitely does now. Another body hits the deck, 3-on-3.
Yeah, Crims just confidently swinging on top of the Coffins and does exactly that to Hunter, puts him in one. And now Smooya holds the CT swing, missing a couple of shots here. Luckily, Crims is there to clean up the mess. And now Smooya figuring out. Oh, flick to the smoke. Actually hits it on the Aleksib East, rather under the legs. And Crims able to come back and close it with the AK. fnatic do reach double figures. And G2, if they want 5, just to make this half somewhat competitive going into the next, they have to pick this one up.
Yeah, look, this is almost compulsory right now alongside of the cliche pistol in the next once we return from that break. But this is going to be tough for G2 to battle back into. It's not going to be easy at all because this is a confident-looking fnatic now. They're taking a couple more risks. They're getting stuck into some fights. Their players are hitting shots. Smooya's awake with the AWP right now with some impact too. So here we go. Final round, round number 15 of this first half last map. Standard stuff, default spread. This time Smooya's AWP is in banana. We've seen this flash combo many times before.
Yeah, just to allow NiKo to go around that corner. But he might get caught here. Oh, Smooya, that's so quick. Aleksib plucked out of the sky. And Smooya now looking for a second. They're actually going to leave B, knowing that's likely cause a rotation, but m0NESY could kill into the boiler pick, flashes up, gives away m0NESY's position, but luckily he's able to drop back.
Jax.
And now it's Jax with the pressure on his shoulders up at the balcony. m0NESY's out of play, so Jax has to hold. It's only 1 for him. Alex is so quick to trade that out. And now fnatic looking for 11. They've cleared out this site. They'll put the bomb down. And we've got to look to Hunter and NiKo, the cousins, to pull this one off. First is NiKo's. They often go back into their mother tongue for these clutches. Alex in the pit. Brolin positioned in the site. Just holding up. Alex will peek above. As Hunter's head's now off his shoulders, and now NiKo down to the 1v1. It's just Brolin left. NiKo looking for him, limits his position, and the headshot's there. Kit right in front of him. NiKo collects it, and with that, he collects a 5th round. Fnatic, they look good in this first half, but at least G2 have the bare minimum. We'll see if they can close it. We'll see if they can bounce back. The last half of play comes up after the break.
Come right side.
I'm gonna jump through here. Wait, jump through. Back hit, he flashed for long.
Jumping.
Side, back side.
Left side, ding, punish me. Nice.
Dead, long.
Oh.
One on one.
Library.
There as well. AK sight, but no bullets.
Nice!
Hey Future Pros! Today I wanted to show you an old strat that Fnatic still like to bring out from time to time. This execute is an alternative method to take for it. Want to throw a metric heck ton of flashes over the site? You can do that too. After all, you are the cool cat of your very own strat. And as always, enjoy.
Let us just start the second half by reinstating the ramifications if G2 are to lose this one and go down to the lower bracket, Chad. We look at the other side, Na'Vi playing against ENCE, that one going into the third map. You mentioned earlier, only one team, if they go to the lower bracket, can make it into the playoffs.
And ENCE are currently up 5-1 on Overpass, being that map number 3 in that series too. So things might get very, very spicy in a short period of time. But here we go, half number 2, the pistol round kicking off, and well, now it's G2's turn to be on the attack. Let's see if they can offer up anything a little bit spicier than the first half. 1x powered still favoring G2, all things considered.
We'll see if G2's T-side can make up for that. Alex first tested, but Brolan, the player that'll get the first pick of the round. Jack's able to 1-for-1 it. And now G2 start to wrap the A site. Brolan trying to get into a better position from the balcony. Rattles a couple of shots down with that reload. That's going to be death. Hunter comes around the corner. And now Fnatic with 3 players left up. There's only a nade in hand here, an Itchy to toss into the site. With G2's positions here, it feels very good for them.
They're going to be hard to break right now. You get a move on as far as this retake is concerned. Bomb, about 10 seconds gone. And here they creep on in.
m0NESY plays from Graveyard. Good shot onto Smooya. Crims and Mezzy. 2v4 right now for them, and Fnatic just, there's no shot back into this.
Mezzy may as well hold on to his Kevlar here. Crims should look for a kill. He doesn't have any Kevlar of his own. Mezzy's going to get a cheaper upgrade next round into some header if he chooses, or he can opt to pick up something a bit more potent in the weaponry department, but that one was done. So the right call to make here is they jump away. G2 get the second pistol here in this map. That's both going their way. However, within that first half, there was not a single G2 round that was won consecutively. They were spotty. They were few and far between. That needs to change right now. Well, Fnatic going to be setting themselves up with another forced by victory.
I got to see the calls of Aleksib here. We had some great calling out of Alex in that first half. It's Aleksib's time to step up to the mark. He has got unbelievable talent around him.
Oh, actually, Bron's been able to get himself into a FAMAS here. So when you take a look at just how potent this buy is, some Deagles, an MP9, a FAMAS, and a Scout. That one was dropped by Mezzy, right? So that extra cash, he kept his Kevlar. Drops a FAMAS, and well, let's see how many kills come out of the FAMAS, because that is all virtue of Mezzy staying alive.
Oh, Brolan holding back in behind the sandbags as NiKo with the first, and Brolan gets cleared as well. Good job from NiKo to find those first, and Hunter with a mid-hold as well.
Yeah, rotation coming in quick. Smooya and Crims are here, held at bay behind the smoke. And well, Crims has the flash. It's not like he can flash Smooya through to fight in that smoke, but maybe so to pick through coffins. Bomb down, 40 seconds on the clock. Gooshed, dead. And now it is just Smooya who will be staring at a grey screen. He's been spotted as well, and there you have it, a clean one. All 5 staying alive, and now it's G2's turn to get loud. 3 more required for them to tie things up at 10-10.
Spirit seem quite good in the G2 camp.
All things considered, right? Because it has been a rough go of things for the last 3 halves. So this is where it starts to change.
Esperel, everyone looked okay apart from Aleksib. He's got a lot of work to do here.
Yeah, it's serious time for him because you want to keep another one as spotless as humanly possible. A single flash in the hands of Alex could just be a mid-peak and go. Seen this one a few times before. Oh, they've actually sent players over towards apartments here, so the spam through will do some damage. Hunter has the man to mop up the mess. 3 Galil kills. That's going to do wonders for his confidence. Is 7-1 over there.
Simple currently 0-6.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, this is not looking good for Na'Vi. We know when they kicked off Blast just the other week, they were...
a little rusty.
Yeah, starting slow. I thought that was past them since the, obviously, newer additions to the team, but still seems to be plaguing them right now. Just Alex to find. Bomb should get planted on the site any moment. And 10-8, the foregone conclusion. Yep, there it is. Okay, just dancing in the water, having a good old time.
The scene of Hunter's massacre. But here comes the buy for Fnatic. Smooya's going to get that AWP back out. He has enough for that, so the rifle's going to be supporting that, and some utility as well available for Fnatic.
Jax has just purchased the AWP, I do believe, to give over to Monacy here. So both teams are going to operate with the big green. Actually, there's a double AWP on the T side.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We talk about, you know, Chad, Inferno's a great AWPing map for T-side.
It is. It's so good for T-side AWPing. It's one of the best in the pool. There's so many open corridors. The utility can't just completely suffocate any choke point. So the double AWP T-side, this is on meta. See this every day of the week. This may become a real problem here. I'm a little bit worried about G2 in this juncture if they don't pull this round out of their ass, but Aleksib has already slipped up mid.
Oh. Alex gonna clear it. Does he expect the apartments? Drop back from Hunter, running right down into him. The Galil makes it happen. So back to the 4v4. Still again, 2 ops for G2. NiKo is gonna make it work. He's decided he's the AWPer again.
There's no way they accounted for this, so there you go. Yeah, they were throwing just something different their way. Double AWP T-side, I am loving it. Look at this. NiKo, not a care in the world, just jumping around. I think maybe see if you can, you know, change that for an M4. Get rid of it, maybe change it to a bit more serviceable rifle here.
Yeah,
or
I think you toss that.
Or really, they just stay with him. Yeah, there it is. There it is. We knew it was going to fall that way, so...
At least it was meta for 1 round.
Yeah, and it could have been a boo-boo because it's an expensive weapon, so that could have trickled down the economy later in the track. So they've been able to avoid any dramas. 10-9, just 1 round in it now.
And this is that 3-man CT save. I mentioned that before.
Yeah, I just want to point it out for people, maybe you're tuning back in after watching Counter-Strike years ago, but if they keep 3 alive, and as the max loss bonus is 3,400 into the next, they'll be able to drop Silenced M4s. Right? The Silenced M4 are a little bit cheaper now. Should be able to get yourself a tidy-looking buy if you are Crims and Alex, if your teammates hook you up. Armor, kits, utility, should see alongside of that.
Good one-on-one talk from Aleksib to Monacy, so I'm interested to see how that's going to pan out.
Yeah, and let's see where Monacy spawned here. So he's not in a forward position. Towards the back of the pack now, so we won't be seeing him go for any crazy picks, but this is 4 on the trot out the half, and wow, the first time out taken, the first time out necessary for Fnatic, because it has been a little bit of a stroll up until this point. As I mentioned, the first half for G2 was spotty rounds, nothing consecutive. Well, now 4 on the trot, and if you add the one that they got on the way out the door in the first half, that's 5. So finally, starting to get something done here.
It's crazy how quickly G2 have been able to pull this back to just 1 round within it.
It didn't feel close, right?
Oh.
It didn't feel close, but that's the power of the pistol. The power of winning against the 4 spy, the first gun round. Setting themselves up here in a perfect position to tie things up. But what's the timeout going to net here for Fnatic? Do they have a maneuver up their sleeve? Smooya over towards A with the AWP.
He's going to be looking down middle. Monacy also tasked with holding mid. This time a little bit more passively from the T-Stars, so won't be swinging into Smooya anytime soon. NiKo caught in the fire, and Brolin gets away with a kill.
That's a necessary opening right here. It's going to give them, give them banana control. Aleksib's actually swooped on through to apply a bit more pressure. His presence alone has forced Smooya back over towards B, and Mezzi and Bron to tuck themselves into the site. They will have to reinitiate here. They need some space. Monacy out towards long. Aleksib here as well. And they think they have banana control, but this is a good stack right now from Fnatic if they stay put.
Aleksib B, close at the half wall.
Has the bomb. Surely they can't just flash him forward.
Yeah, I think he's starting to realize that now as well. Honestly, he has to just keep the gun out. That bomb, he's got to think about throwing that backwards. If he decides to go with anything, he's calling his teammates back in to help him out.
This has worked in their favor because now the stack has left the site. Oh, and Alex is creeping through. They're applying pressure now. Smooya needs Brolin to come on back.
Yeah, he's panic calling right now. Come back. They're on their way. 40 seconds. G2 trying to get through this smoke. Damage being done onto Aleksib B. They're trying to get through, but just the numbers. Aleksib B lightning fast to the head of Smooya. Now we've got to look to Fnatic for the retake.
4v4. They may as well give this one a crack. They have some good util for this. The molly is good.
Oh, he's just started planning as well. Jax luckily getting away with that with a bomb down. Hunter also picking up Mezzi. So the numbers once again are down for Fnatic, but Brolin makes a difference. He's going to cleave away Hunter and leave a 3v3. Brolin hits the silencer, doing a Dupree. And now he's got a 2v3. Monacy, the headshot connects. And now Jax holding the CT walkout. Alex with the perfect timing. Jax looks away, and now it's all on Monacy. First headshot's good, but Alex doesn't even have to see his opponent. Headshot through the wall and to the defuse. This time he has the kit. This time he will pull through. It's 11 for Fnatic.
And they keep that buffer just there. That one was a back and forth affair that looked like Fnatic. They were reading the play well. G2 get into the site, they get the bomb down. They buy themselves a bit more cash to splash, but starting to set themselves in the double digits here are Fnatic with their first here on this CT side. Brolin was a bit of a menace in this. He got that opening onto NiKo, and he just was with the player chipping away through the smokes as well. So good stuff there from Brolin. Finding himself on 11 kills at the moment. Both teams with a full buy going into the next. Only one kit carried on through, and that was the one Alex just used to defuse the bomb. So keep our eyes on that. An aggressive stance here in Boiler. Looking to see if they can find Hunter sleeping. Oh, they've seen enough. Short-lived. The aggressive maneuver as banana control being garnered once more. Nades towards the sandbag. Nobody home. Aleksib just making sure within the white screen. But this is just posturing for position. Brolin might get flash forward here.
And he is. Can he be that nuisance again? He can't. NiKo gets his revenge. Just about gets away with it. Fire tickling at his toes. Now 1 minute 5 seconds left. It really is an isolated setup here for Mezzi. He has no teammates, but he's done well. He's found NiKo. His teammates are coming back. Mezzi sticking around, is going to play from first oranges.
A bit disjointed right now. G2 aren't grouped up, and I think they're thinking better of pushing through into the unknown. Hunter has retained this boiler and holes control. Jax was in float waiting for the finish, and now, well, they've siphoned out a banana and they're heading back towards A. Limited nades to make this work, and Smooya and Crims are both over towards the pit and site, so they need to break through this if they want to get that bomb down. 35 seconds, and A seems to be where they're destined to head.
Smooya holds it short. The walk around, Jack's arm spotted, he sees it, but Smooya shoots a little bit early, and now it's Crim's turn. Front pit, he's good for one. Aleksib B will go down alongside Jax. It's a duel of death for Crims. And now Monacy and Hunter. Oh, it's all on the rifle. Hunter chipping away, hunting down Smooya. 9 seconds. Finally gets the headshot, has to get back to the bomb. And there's just enough time to punch in those digits. And now he has to turn his attentions to Mezzi. Where is he coming from? Hunter's gone to the AWP. Mezzi will have heard the scope and now holds, and Hunter with the clutch.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. The little details right there. If you weren't paying attention, Hunter ran out of ammo in that AK-47, or at least he thought so. There couldn't have been too many bullets left in that at all. Goes to the AWP, which was at his feet, because you don't know where that final player is. You don't know how close they are, and Hunter, not known to be an AWPer, pulls away a necessary round right now that is so important as far as this game goes. Smooth's initial miss. Crims mopped up the mess there, but Hunter, he just gets it done in a massive clutch right now, and clutches have been the name of the game. Think about the 2 NiKo clutches we've had. Now think about that one from Hunter. They're getting it done, but it's the smallest of margins, and they've whittled Fnatic down just to these pistols. They have to be humbled here. This should be G2 tying things up 11-11.
And fnatic coming into this round, expectations are relatively low with the buy that they've got. It's just a couple of upgraded pistols sprinkled across the team.
And these smokes, you're hoping to, I guess, be a bit like a farm dog, right? You want to herd G2 in towards a stack, or at least hold them at the door and send them the other way. Only one smoke remaining now, and that one is with Alex.
Oh, Alex in a position unexpected for Hunter, so he does lose his life.
And a re-smoke on mid again. They really want to send them towards B. Smooth's just floated back. I think the boss man is sending him all the way over towards B. Trust me. As Alex is pushing again.
It's working. Alex now getting the information to confirm that it's working. G2 are being funneled into this B site.
Alex just scooped up another smoke off the dead body. Crims is rotating over on that info. It's all going to go down here in Banana, and the timing on this is everything. Alex threw the chicken pick. Monacy's got the bomb, but he will be making it in time.
NiKo! Lovely shot from Mezzy. Jack's able to recover, but it's Crims on the double with a CZ. And now it's just Monacy. 1v4. This is the perfect chance to try and get back into it. Monacy from so many angles just hunted down. Oh, fnatic, that is a miracle round and a backbreaker for G2.
You're bang on. You're bang on. The round before was the Hunter clutch. They didn't have too many players survive. They had to reinvest heavily there. There's multiple players now under that 4K mark for a sub-optimal buy, but Crims again with a multi-kill magic here. Everybody hitting some bangers, and you have to look towards Alex with that early impact onto Hunter. It's frustrating now. G2 just don't have the space to work with. They're being read like a book.
Aleksib is doing exactly what Alex wants him to do right now. Those two smokes enough to force them into exactly what Alex wanted. Oh, this battle of the IGL certainly going fnatic's way, but Hunter has been the most impactful player in the rounds that G2 have won.
They're already up. They've already got this space right now. Sure, that's great, but there's 3 players on the side to deal with here. Do they just want to continue forward? Are they going to try and do something a little bit pacier here, G2?
Well, Crims spots out the bomb. Spots out Monacy towards Boiler. So you know the bomb is over here right now, and Hunter starting to creep up short. Sees where Alex is playing from. Can he seize the moment though? Alex boosted up.
It's in the blind spot!
Oh, nearly gets away with a chance, but Alex will drop off his position. Back down into the safe spot of default, and now Smooya swinging out long. He'll spot one, but miss shot. Will that cost him here? Luckily, Alex able to nip up and take that kill back, but NiKo on the swing out. Alex will go down to his rifle.
Crims is on an island.
Yeah, he's in a good position though, and that's the bomb down. Smooya removes Monacy. NiKo falls as well through the smoke, and just like that is Jackson Hunter into the 2v4. How do they get out of this one? They just don't. Jax is left for the Mac 10, and fnatic are going to 13. Money's gone for G2, and it's tapped away. Oh, this is a nightmare for G2.
It's so deflating, isn't it, right? They had so much space. There was so much pace about it. Hunter in the blind spot couldn't see Alex jump up. They went quickly around towards long, and both Smooya and Mezzy getting kills through the grey screen. This right here, you're sitting thinking, well, they had everything until they didn't. And now, by virtue of the economy, they are in the absolute bin. That's Smooya grabbing one, and Mezzy did the same. I don't know right now what G2 can do, because even when they're making a call that looks right, fnatic is still punishing them for it. It's just pistols, and it's looking like 14. This is an upset I don't think too many people had on their cards today.
I don't think anybody was expecting this to come through. Aleksib just thinking in spawn, meditating at this point, trying to come up with a solution, and he's running out of ideas. You can just see from the body language.
Yeah, a bit of a shake of the head there as well. So things not going well. We can give you a B-stream update. We were talking about the ramifications earlier. That game is being clawed back by Na'Vi. Smooth picks up Hunter there. Scoreline 9-5 currently. Simple's been getting on the board in the last couple.
It's Perfecto leading the way.
Yeah, 18 kills for him. Having a good game is Perfecto, but you can check that out at a B to the end of URL. Let's focus here.
So 14, very likely for fnatic now. You know, I'm going to say it's very, very likely.
You want to know what one of the bigger issues here is? They haven't really been able to set themselves up in a position where they've done too much conditioning on this T side. Now, they picked up a rifle. That's something.
Good molly, though. Stifles the play.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like this one's going to get out of control.
35 seconds. The rifle's in the hands of Aleksib. Let's see if he can find something. Again, the setup for fnatic is good here. You've got Crims in towards Runes. You've got Mezzy, who's always good for one. Just to the back in U-box. Spots a run boost. Dinked up. Decides to just sit back now. Calls for Crims to help him out. The rifle swings from him, and 10 seconds left for fnatic. Or rather G2. They're starting to swing into the site. And well, a couple of shots from NiKo and Jax and Alex, but there's no time, so Jax can't go down after the time.
He's not going to get the loss bonus. He's not going to get the loss bonus.
Get it. He's got an AK though.
Just live, just live, just live. He needs to stay alive.
They're hunting him down, down! They've got him! Oh, it gets worse for G2. They've lost Jax. And fnatic, you can hear the celebration because they know that's going to wound this buy completely for G2. Oh, it can't get worse for G2, and then it does.
Yeah, that really, really sucks for G2 there, but great awareness from fnatic to run that one down. Right, this is one of the risks. If you're going to play late-game Counter-Strike on the T side, this is one of the problems that comes with it. And Alex, just so aware as the in-game leader of what punishment he could put on down. Well, here we go. All the eggs in this basket here for G2. You don't want to let fnatic get to 15 because that's where a couple of fruity risks are going to come out on this CT side. A couple of overpeaks, a couple of pushes are going to get in your face. And speaking of that, Smooya up in towards the boiler room with the AWP. Oh, staying reserved is old Smooya.
He knows this round has a lot on it. Drops back. Jax with his Tech 9. And he's trying to make up for it. He's compensating with the noise.
Yeah, well, there's no ult for m0NESY. He doesn't even have an AK in his hands. He's down to a Galil. This is a rough round. This is not going to be easy whatsoever. fnatic are in the driver's seat right here as Alt Bullet heard. They know where Smooya was. Now, how do they react? NiKo with some warning shots through the smoke to see if anybody lies in wait. It is a passive approach over towards B as Brolin and mezii tuck in towards the back of the site, almost wishing and inviting them in for a B finish. Alex and Crims have retained some mid control over towards Arch side. They've just been smoked off, but as they boost, if they call mid clear from this, they can rotate over towards B, ready to deal with the execute.
Here comes G2 charging down into Brolin. The first is good, the bomb loose, and now Brolin gets away with a second. mezii taking all the kills, and now just down to m0NESY. We've seen some filthy, filthy clutches out of him in this site, but it's an AK this time, and it's a molly on him. He has to get back out of dodge. The only place he can go is new box, and he gets caught setting up the smoke. And Smooya with a war cry.
It's about time we hear him, but he saved it to the right moment. Once you get to 15, you can unleash the fury there. But in both of these situations that m0NESY's been left alive in clutches, it's quite clear to me that they don't want to give him room. In both of them, they've run him down immediately. They've just put so much pressure on the young kid, not allowed him to play his game, not allowed him to isolate fights. And they've done a great job of locking this down. Every single micro decision for information that fnatic is making is profiting right now. And sure, the loss bonus is there, the buy's back in, G2 can purchase, but this T side, it's really, really rough.
If you're a G2 fan now, you're now converting into the biggest Na'Vi fan ever, just hoping they pull through that win to avoid the lower bracket, but fnatic, their buy is superior. They have looked a better team here. And G2 is there anyway back into this one. Look how much utility's been used up in Banana already. More comes through from fnatic. This time, they will not sit back. This time, they force the issue. They bring down NiKo to 36.
Smoke stalls this out, and that was a key Molotov to use. They didn't get top Banana control off of that. And mezii still retains all the information right here, right now. fnatic know exactly what's going on top mid, and this flash could end it all right here.
He is going to set him loose. mezii swings with a flash, and m0NESY good to the headshot. G2 with a player advantage. Is that their signal to go? Well, if it is, they've got to go right through a smoke. Brolin looking the wrong way right now. He turns, and it's one for Brolin. NiKo quick to trade, Jax through the smoke, and G2 have the B site.
Oh, will be the save here. fnatic know they just need one more round. They don't need to push the issue here. If you want to try and get some exit kills as they attempt to exit the site, why not? You want to inflict as much financial damage as you can, but during some of these tighter rounds, Brolin and Alex, well, they're running out of cash. mezii too. So keeping these in your hands is going to be important going forward. Every round needs to be a full investment from G2 for this point forward, right? So it is fnatic who want to try and make sure they have weapons in their hand to contest every round they can. And just one more necessary. That one could have gone wrong in multiple different ways, right? The flash timing from mezii, if he gets the kill, then different situation, trading up Banana. Brolin there, who gets two coming through the smoke, different situation. They might go for the retake. So it's these finer details that are just keeping G2's head above water. They can drop an AK across to make sure that everybody has a rifle in hand here. And a timeout taken, the second only from fnatic here to get Kita on the mic. Because this is what I was talking about before. When you're in this position with 15, you can actually take a few more risks. If you have a crazy maneuver, if Smooya has a spawn with the AWP, if you have something that you've been saving, now would be the time to pull it out, because you can close this one down now. This timeout is also a great position to discuss your finances. Where's the loss bonus at? Well, 1,900 will be going into the next. Okay, what type of buys are we looking at if we lose this real estate? How are we going to save? You want to talk through as much as you can in the next 30 seconds to paint a bit of a blueprint for the tail end of this matchup. It is a full buy. Everybody from fnatic should be pretty happy with what they're carrying right now. Let's see. Do we have a finishing move, a bit of a fatality? And the fnatic arsenal to close this one down and get it done in regulation. Looks pretty standard here. Smooya's AWP over towards Banana here to find them an opening pick.
He's trying to use some utility to force him wide, and Smooya will remove NiKo. The sharpest tool for G2 no longer in their toolbox.
I need to be quick on this. If you want to take mid control, G2, you need to do it now. That top mid smoke holds them at bay. They don't want to risk pushing through. There's nobody on the other side, and they've been stalled out. They barely have banana control. They definitely don't have top mid, and they've lost NiKo. You can just play the numbers here, fnatic. Just do the 3-2 defense in the back of the site. It's already worked for them before. Force G2 to either search for a pick to level up the playing field or group up and execute again.
Re-smoke from fnatic again, buying more and more time.
Roland has one more smoke in his hands right now. Mezzi's also been gifted that Molotov, I do believe, so 2 key pieces of utility. If they run the clock down too late here, G2, they'll be running through a grey screen and some flames.
Brolin's likely going to use this one for the new box. He's got seems like a lineup just to give him a corridor to buy some time. They're going to frag out now, fnatic. Here they go. Smoke out from Brolin. Looking to line it up, giving himself a one white, and all the kills from Mezzi. It's Jackson Aleksib down, and Mezzi with the massacre. It's all on Hunter. He gets to the site, locks the digits in, but fnatic, surely it is theirs now. Hunter would have to pull off an unthinkable clutch just to get them to 12. He goes back into Banana, and fnatic, they have done it. They have taken victory over G2 in their opening game of the group stages here at IEM Katowice. How disappointing is it to see G2 go flat this quickly on?
It was a 16-2 map number 1, G2 to kick off the series there, and you'd think fnatic would be happy with that one right there, but pretty pedestrian in their celebration. Turned it around on Mirage.